Hi. So today I want to talk about ID and what does ID mean inside of Objective-C. So at its heart, Objective-C is actually a dynamically typed language. What does that mean? So if you've used languages like C#, C++, Java, those are all statically typed languages. Objective-C is a little bit different because it kind of got its roots from the small talk world. So one of the things that you can do, you can actually create an object and define an object and then return something from that type of object or one of the existing objects that's available in the foundation classes. But something else that's pretty powerful is that, for instance, if you're going to create an array, that array can be of any type object. And so ID really just means any. It could be an NS string, it could be an NS array, it could be nil, which is essentially the objective way of saying null. So let's show a quick example and show how that works and what's something that's kind of nice about it. So if we take a look at this example right here, I have a class I've defined called person. And if you can see right here, I have a property, and instead of setting it to a string as an example, I've actually just set it to ID. And then one of the things I've done is I've defined a method here called getObjectName. And then if I go to the implementation, we can see that all this does is it takes the name and just returns that name as an NS string. So if I come over here, you can see I already have an object that I've instantiated based off of that person class. So what I'm going to go ahead and do right now is I'm just going to come over here and I'm going to say ID person name, and we're going to say person get object name. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to output that using NSLog. And we'll come here in parentheses and, quote, and then we're just going to take the person name and output that. And I'm even going to come over here into the definition, and instead of returning an NS string, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to change this to ID, and I'm going to do the same thing. Now the implementation has ID as well. I'll come over here and put a breakpoint in here, and let's run this and see what happens. So we've instantiated the person object. Now we set the person name, and now we output it, and we can see it just output like it would a normal NS string. But we didn't have to tightly define that to an NS string. We can just say, ID. And so that comes in very handy in a number of different places, especially when you start working with protocols. And I'll have some examples in a later video showing how you can use ID with protocols. But this just shows you that you can call a method on a NS object inside of Objective-C and have it return anything. It doesn't have to be a specific statically type of object. So if you like this video, please subscribe and let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to you later. Bye.